Welcome to a place where the mysterious becomes the unforgettable. This metaphysical journey explores hauntings, UFOs, extraterrestrials, cryptozoology, and everything the paranormal world has to offer. Each week, guests from around the globe share their expertise, experiences, and mind-bending encounters. This is the Paranormal Voice.
Happy Paranormal Day, folks. That is right. It is Sunday night. You know what that means. We are back in our favorite place to be. That's right, the TPV Nation coming your way. I am so excited for today's show, guys. This is, what a good way to spend a Sunday night on Paranormal Day. Like, wow, is this actually a holiday? Do I get paid for today? Good question. I'm going to have to put that out there to the Canadian government. I should get paid for Paranormal Day. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I got some amazing guests waiting backstage, but first, I just got a couple of things to talk about. That's right. First of all, Ascension Con coming your way August 15th up in Hastings Park, Michigan. Guys, and yours truly is going to be a speaker, and I'm so excited about this. Thank you to the organizers for Ascension Con coming up this year. First annual one, so I'm so excited. They got a Bigfoot hunt coming up on the Saturday night, August 15th, as well as a VIP dinner. All that information, you can find it on Mama Mary sacredcodesllc.com, and that's going to be all kinds of exciting things happening that weekend. Hopefully you can join us. Speaking of engagement is free, but the dinner and the Bigfoot hunt is a paid event. So guys, check that out. Get your tickets while they still last. And one more thing before I bring out my amazing guests. Tonight's show is sponsored by Spirits and Sparkles. Right there on the screen, guys, you can check out their Etsy store, buy all kinds of metaphysical stuff. It's truly amazing. Very talented ladies. So check those guys out. Follow them on Facebook and any other social medias, but you can definitely find them over on the Etsy shop. Buy yourself whatever you need, whatever you're looking for. They have it there waiting for you guys. And with that, people, here we go. We are going... well, I guess I better check this out first. Right now, I'm going to bring out two very good friends of mine, two people that I love hanging out with, have a lot of fun with, and they have a truly an amazing location. First of all, let's bring out my good friend Heather and her partner. Here he is, the one and only, the big guy, the big lunker, the guy who keeps me motivated and in check, Frank Kupa. How you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Or how should I say, guys, ladies? Fight amongst yourself. Who's the lady and who's the guy? And of course, look who's creeping in on the sideshow over there, Mr. Tim Shaw himself.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah, forgot. It's Lunker and Diablo. That's right. I forgot her nickname. Thanks, Tim, for straightening that out for me again. And of course, he has to say happy holidays. Of course, our favorite holiday. It's crazy. And
John's in the house.
one half of our sponsors right there, Christy. Thank you so much for being a sponsor this month. Like I said, go check out her metaphysical shop over on the Etsy. You can scan the QR code right there. She is truly amazing. And of course, our good friend John over there. It's so good to see everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming in, hanging out with us. And we got Rick Para Perry. Oh my God, it is already flooded. It is amazing. Thank you guys so much for showing up. So here we are talking about one of my favorite locations. I love Lockport, New York's Western Block. I'll tell you, I've been there. It's got to be at least 6 or 7 times by now, and I've never had the same experience twice. And that's what I love about a location, is when you can go into it time after time again, and the experiences are truly off the hook. And I mean, I love it. It's like my favorite one, but we'll talk about it later. Guys, for people who are just brand new fans of the TPV Nation, let's talk about where the Western Block is located, how old it is, what it was, how it came to be, and of course how Heather there got to become the rightful owner of such an amazing place. No, she's on the other side, Frank.
I got her. There she is.
This is the kind of show we're gonna have, folks. Sit back, grab a beer, grab your drink, grab your popcorn, and it's gonna be chuckles and laughs, especially with Tim on the side over there.
Oh, God. Just don't take out all of his comments.
And we're in trouble.
Oh my God! So I guess Heather, we will start this off with you. Explain what the history of the Western Block, because it's so fascinating, and I mean, the location is absolutely beautiful as well. So the floor is yours.
Well,
I'm just
the
going to show
block-
Tim comments.
The block is literally a block, like a neighborhood city block. And it's located right on the Erie Canal in historic Lower Town of Lockport, New York. And it was formed back in the early 1800s when they were building the Erie Canal. We actually, the building I'm in right now, you can see the stone walls. This is stone that was quarried right out of the canal when they were building the Erie Canal. It's a very historic site. We've got 4.5 buildings. I say half because we've got some walls that, make up some other parts of buildings. We got 4 buildings that still stand today that are original to the property, that were built from the stone quarried out of the canal. And then it was built up over time. And there were a lot of different businesses here. We had the fire department here, police department, combating company, a lot of different industries that took up the space of this entire block. Eventually, a block and tackle company came in, and they formed in 1888 from 5 guys right next door who jumped ship and came here and created what was the Western Block. And they made pulleys and wheels for ships all over the world. And they started accumulating all the different buildings on the property, and it became the massive structure that it is today.
I mean, to be all those things, and I mean, I don't know what the actual population of Lockport is, but I mean, to have everything that was once located right in the middle tells you just how small the town is.
Well, it's actually really fascinating because they started forming Lockport, but by the early 1900s, late 1800s, there were a population of about 25,000 from records. Today, the population is about 20,000. So we lost people, but it's comparable to what it was back then. But the lower town was the city center until they started moving up the hill.
I mean, even to get to the location, just seeing all the area that the Western Block is in, it is pretty. I mean, you could tell the history just driving down the road, because most of the buildings that are even located close by are still old, and you kind of get a sense of the history. And of course, with the canal like right across the street, and it runs right under that building, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah. So unique to the property was that it was all once hydropowered. Back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, they powered the entire complex in water, and it was water that ran off of the canal system through hydraulic pipes and tunnels. And some of these channels of water were open channels, and they called them raceways. So we have raceways, multiple raceways that come through the property, and there's still one that was connected to a spring, and that whole water system still operates today, that portion of the raceway and spring.
Yeah, no, and I mean, there's some fascinating stories of what, like, history that's happened in that building with bootleggers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, for many people that have seen the show in the past but don't know, like, Western Block has been in 3 episodes of paranormal shows. I believe 2 was Death Walkers with Nick Groff.
Yep.
And the other one was with Josh Gade's show, Expedition X.
Yep.
And I mean, they were the ones that they dug up mostly about the waterway, the water that went underneath, and how there was Heather or Frank can correct me on the story, but there was somebody that went missing. They believe that that's how they flushed them out of they put them underneath the building and flushed them out the canal or something crazy like that.
Yeah, they would dump in the runways, and they'd go under the building and out to the canal, under the canal, and out to 18 Mile Creek, and eventually into Lake Ontario.
Yeah.
So when they wanted to get rid of people, they just dumped them.
But that was the run, and I mean that's the crazy thing is like with the rum running, going through that building very well. Now I remember Heather telling the story of one of the events I was there about how the police were corrupt or something like that. So and because it was all tied in there, and it was
Funny story.
Yeah.
Would you care to correct me on that, or elaborate on that one? Because, like I said, it's like rum running back in the days. Like that was a major crime back. I mean, I come from a city that was known for rum running as well, so I know what the Canadian laws were like about rum running. I'm not too sure about the Americans, but I mean, both sides of the border, it was built on rum running back in the days.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of accounts and folklore, if you will, about how all these properties along the Erie Canal had a hand in moving that alcohol around because they had quick access to the canal and the boats that were on there. They could, and same for the Underground Railroad. There was a lot of individuals who used that same route to get up to Canada via the Erie Canal and moving around that way. And some of those points where they had hidden eventually became some of the passageways that were utilized during the alcohol running by the time Prohibition hit. So it's kind of
Frank,
really fascinating.
I'm going to go check some of those tunnels out and see if there's anything left from Prohibition in there.
Yeah.
So Frank, talk about the first time you ever went into Western Block to do an investigation. Like you guys got an amazing video that is up on your website, and I believe you got it posted several places, but you show it at every event you guys host there because you're still trying to find somebody who can debunk that video.
Yep.
And that is one of the best pieces of evidence I have ever seen come out of a location, because when you're in that room and you're showing the video and you're looking around, you're like, okay, what the hell?
Right.
So I just want to get Frank's take on all this.
It was the, I believe it was the second week that we started. We were doing a tour, and we have 3 separate tours. One I believe it was like 6, 8, and 11 or something, like whatever it was. And it was the 8 o'clock tour. We had just come back in from the building. We went upstairs, and Heather said she's going to lock up and catch up with us. We're like, all right. So I wasn't real familiar with the building because we'd been there 2 weeks. So I had no idea whether she could slip through passages or do this or do that, or what she could do to keep an eye on it, so to speak, or whatever was going on. So we had a group up, and they were talking about EMF and showing that, how the EMF worked. What is that? Show
he said they wear a cape.
On whatever. So anyway, they're talking. I just looked through the door into that classroom, and this shadow goes by, and I was like, well, that's pretty cool. And I wasn't really nervous or anything about it, because in reality, I actually thought it was Heather walking across. I really did. Never mind, I didn't see a body. I saw a shadow. Never mind, that never dawned on me that there was nobody walking, because I saw the shadow. Now I'm waiting for that person to come walk towards me, and then I don't see the shadow anymore. Now I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? So I went in the room, and you can feel the energy, your hair stands up, that kind of stuff. That little room off the side, little conference room. So I went up there. There was nobody up there, nobody back in there. I come back, and I come back through the door. to go down a real long hallway where everybody else was, and I heard a knock, and there's a door to the right, and I'm like, oh, maybe she's coming up those stairs. So I went over to that and I look in, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of impossible because that's an office. I'm like, all right, what's going on here? So I turn around, she's coming up the stairs we normally come up to go to that second floor, and I said, hey, not for nothing, but were you just over there doing stuff or anything? She's like, no, I was downstairs locking up. I'm like, you're sure you can't get a room? She goes, no, I can't. There's no way. I can't. Not without you seeing me, she says. I'm like, all right, well, so this is what happened. I looked through this doorway and I saw this shadow go by. I thought it was you. And I said, do you have a camera in there? She said, yeah, absolutely. I said, all right, well, later on we'll see what happens. She says, okay, fine. So we finished our tours. Everything was good. We had more activity that night. There was another couple shadows we saw in different spots. And then she went home, and we all went home. We broke up that night. And then in the morning, I wake up, and I'm like, no way. She sends me that 5-second video clip of the shadow going by that was actually caught on the security camera. And I was just like, that is just wild. To see it, you know how it goes. It's like going fishing. I just caught this huge muskie. And
Right.
like, where's the picture? Well, I don't have it. I got to. Sure you did. Sure you did.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a lot of validation that, okay, I did see this and it was captured, and now we actually talk about it. And now like you said, we've had what, over 1,000 people up these tours.
Over, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yep.
we show them how the shadows work in the room. We show them when
Where
the
the
cars go
lights
by,
come in.
where the lights go, how everything goes. And everybody's like, oh, it's somebody walking around. And then when I point out to the fact that, yeah, but we're on the second floor, then they look at me and go, oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So duplicate that shadow without your body being in the camera.
Right.
Exactly.
Find a way.
Even the way that it moves in the video, it moves away from the window towards the wall, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, there would be no way anybody standing down on the main street to be able to reflect their shadow up onto a second level floor, unless they're like Bigfoot and stand 12 feet tall. But even then, they wouldn't look ladylike like it does in that video. I mean, it is you can make out that it is definitely a woman. It's got like the figure and the shape and the body.
I used to say, unless they were Jesus Christ or Linda walking on the highway or over here, I guess we don't know what it could be.
But yeah, that is. I mean, that is what I've seen, like what you guys have captured. I mean, I know you guys got a lot of stuff that you've captured, but the stuff that I've witnessed being there in person, you guys host many events there. My favorite one, of course, comes in October when you do the kids paranormal weekends.
We love that one too, actually.
Because the kids that show up and participate and do the ghost hunt, I mean, I'm so happy. Like, I hope these kids are the future of paranormal investigations, because at such a young age and already grasping the concept of how to talk to the other side is truly amazing. And I'm so happy you guys do that type of events, because I'm sure a lot of locations don't want to have to deal with the kids. But you guys open it up. I mean, yeah, it's during the day, but that also goes to show you paranormal is just not a night activity thing. Like, spirits are there all the time.
Yeah. We actually get a lot of activity with the kids, probably sometimes even more than the adults during the day with the kids, just because of that energy
Tim,
they bring.
Tim, we know you love kids, Tim.
Tim absolutely loves kids.
But I, and I think we've talked about this after a few of these events, the energy that these kids bring to the location, it's pure. It's not diluted. They're not, I mean, obviously they've got truly amazing parents that help believe in this stuff, so they don't try to tone the kids down in any ways by saying, "Oh, that's just imaginary," or "You need psychotic help,"
Right.
or "Go see a
Yeah.
therapist."
It's
The
huge.
the parents that I've met while their kids are there, like they're all open to this and they encouraging their kids to, if this is something you're interested in, do. But I've always said that kids always bring a really amazing vibe to a location, which
Oh,
can
absolutely.
probably energize the spirits that are there.
Oh, absolutely.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with the event you guys go there, how did the whole getting on some of these amazing shows like Nick Groff's show and Expedition X, like what kind of, like, how is that for a location to bring notoriety or eyes to a location that maybe somebody else would have never thought of? Because who really types in, like, I mean, I know if you do research on the internet about haunted locations in the New York area, New York State area, and there's a lot of them, but now you guys have eyes on your property. Like, what does that do for a location? And if you could kind of explain about, like, that first time, like a TV show reaches out to you and say, "Hey, we want to come down to your location."
Um, it was interesting to say the least. I really didn't know what to expect when they first came. We've had like people film here before for real small stuff, like college projects and little, local things, but nothing to the extent of Deathwalker. So it was exciting to have him here. But Nick is so down to earth and he's so personable with everybody that it was an absolute joy to have him and his whole crew here, and just let them go about the building and do what they do. And it was a great time, great experience. And it's nice that people see this location through shows like that. And it's nice that there's notoriety now because it also helps us get the history of this place out there. And so this place isn't forgotten, which is always a
Right.
big mission for us, is the preservation of the history of this complex and the complex itself.
Right.
And I mean, and that's important to a location. And we've talked about this many, many times on multiple shows on like keeping these locations open and funded, because there is a huge cost to
Oh,
keeping
yeah.
a location open. I mean, it's not like there's never any repairs. Like you said, it's a 200-year-old building. There's
Right.
probably constant things that you guys are always fixing or needs to be fixed. Or I know you guys have made comments like you guys are still finding rooms in that place you guys have never discovered before. And
Yeah, not yet.
so, I mean, so, and when you find these new rooms, well, there's more cost because maybe you have to fix something in there before you're allowing the public to go in there. Because safety is a big factor in allowing people to come in and walk about your establishments.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Talk a little bit about how important it is, because you guys obviously get a lot of the funding through people who come and investigate and all the little events you do. I mean, I know by day, we're going to go by day quotes here, that it is an art gallery.
Yes. Yep.
So
It is an art gallery.
so
But
yeah,
it
so
also,
you have people that run space, so obviously it's a business as well. But
yeah, yeah.
so that kind of helps out a little bit. But talk about what really the upkeep is.
Well, our utilities, when we have all our counts on, can get up to 6,000 to 10,000 a month. That's just to heat it during the winter or run the AC during the summer, especially when we've got events every day. So, you're talking about a big complex. It's get costly with just the utilities alone, like gas and electric. So we try to conserve as much as possible so that we can still provide all the events that we do. So we can still, make this a location for people to come and rent out during whatever event they want to do. And for our studio artists during the day to come and do their art, and for us to teach art classes and work with the community during the day. So it is a struggle at times to, make sure that all those funds are met so that we can continue operating. But at the same time, when we've got events like our paranormal ghost hunts, like there's such a blast. And even the family ones don't really generate any revenue for us. We just do it because it's so much fun to work with the kids. And that gets back to just a lot of what goes on here is we try to give back as much as people come here and help us keep it going and alive.
So, I mean, under today's economies, with us all, the price of everything rising, I mean, I'm sure it's hard for you guys to keep your costs low for people coming in to do investigations, to rent
Right.
out spaces for galleries and stuff like that. So probably like more importantly, getting the word out there like this place is available for anybody who is a paranormal enthusiast, a group that's doing research, looking for a new location. I mean, so truly important to keep doors open for you guys. And I just hope that you guys can keep going, keep the doors open forever, because like I said, it is truly an amazing location.
Yes, really. It is a great location. We do have some things coming up there. In September, we have Austin Maynard and Jay Prater coming in. They have the place for the week, and they've got some amazing experiments that they're doing. What's the name of their site, Heather? The World what? I know. I forgot too, and I put you on the spot.
I know.
Right? But they have a site, and they do 3 a year, and Western Block is one of them. Once it goes up, all the details and stuff will be on there, and they go through like a large vetting process. It's not just like, oh, okay, I'm going to go do this with them. They put you through this vetting process, and they pick and choose the 6 and 7 they want specifically for certain things that they're doing within these experiments. So
Right.
it actually works out really nice. So we're really looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. That's coming up in September. So that's going to be quite interesting. And hopefully we're going to be part of that. If nothing else, we'll be there making sure that everybody's having a good time and that kind of stuff. So.
And that's great because I mean, once again, new people coming in, their followers will see, and this is how a lot of locations get people to visit is because their favorite paranormal celebrity or their favorite show has been there. So they want to, so Nick Groff was there. So, now I got to go check it out to see what Nick Groff, see if they can experience some of the stuff that Nick Groff did. But I want you guys to talk about the one experience that is in the second season of Deathwalkers when the Nick Groff had that hand come out at him. Can you guys talk about that? Because I can watch just that one few second clip over and over again because that is mind blowing.
Yeah. It really is. I believe that was the first season, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first season, season 4 though.
Well, it was the first time they were there, so it would have been season 3, episode 2.
3.
So
yeah.
Season 3, episode 2, first time they were there. So it's pretty wild because that room upstairs where they caught that is, it's intriguing because it draws you in. It'll draw Heather in, it draws myself in, draws John in, and you just don't know why. It's just like, all right, I got, we're investigating the lower part of the area, and all of a sudden it's like, where'd Heather go? She's walking up the stairs because I have to go up here because something is calling me up there or pulling me that way. And we were doing some lives with a bunch of, and Tim will testify to this, that there were gaps in time that we don't remember. And a lot of it had to do with that because we were up there and we had no idea what was going on. And there's it's like you said, every day's a different experience in there. It's a great place, and there's no two experiences are the same. You're not guaranteed you're going to have an experience at all, but no two experiences are the same.
And that is, I mean, that is a lot of things that I do talk about when I am out and I'm giving the privilege of speaking at events, and how like we all as individuals have paranormal experiences that are different than everybody else. I mean, you guys probably see this more than anything because you guys do a lot of group events. Is that, you will hear afterwards that, oh, I had this experience, but somebody else who was in the room too, had a similar experience, but experienced something a little bit differently.
Right.
And this is why I often talk about like how paranormal experiences are more tailored to who you are and what your energy is and what you bringing in,
Right.
and what's going on around us, because it might not necessarily be exactly for like an exact happening at that location, if you guys can understand what I mean.
Yeah.
I believe sometimes people have experiences at haunted locations, but it really has nothing to do with the location. But yet there's a group of people in there and they're all experiencing something different.
Yeah. Yep.
Like you said, right person, right time, right place, right energy. And you can have 6 people in a room and 3 people getting different experiences in different parts of the room. We've had that happen before, where one person saw this, or one person was doing that, or somebody heard this, and they were all completely different. And we're only 15, 20 feet apart from each other, maybe at the most in some of these rooms. It's not like, it's not like we're, hey, you can scream across the room and talk to somebody. It's not, we've had incidents where our good buddy Tim got knocked to the ground, and I was 15 feet away. Never heard it, never saw it until I heard somebody say, hey, Tim fell. And I turned and looked, and there he was on the ground. And I was no more than 15 feet away. So, I mean,
right.
Everything is different. It's really the one thing that really got me when we were there the one time was the complete lack of remembering anything that went on, or not any parts, but certain parts of the night. Like,
if it hadn't been for the security cameras, like, we would have never realized this either. That's the weird part.
Yep. So we came out of that room that we were just talking about, that big room, and we're starting to lock up, and Tim or John had gone up the stairs to that looks like that little secret compartment there, and he was locking the door. And Tim and he starts singing to Heather, and I'm laughing. Now the funny part is, John doesn't remember Tim singing. Tim doesn't remember himself singing. Heather was like, what are you talking about? He was singing. I was the only one that remembered it. When we went back to the video, John had it on his recorder. Everybody heard it, and they're like, when was that? And I explained it, and so the huge gap in time was crazy. And it wasn't just that one incident. It was different parts of the night. Like she said, there's one part on the security camera where she says, do you remember going into the room and talking? I'm like, I never followed you into the classroom to talk to you. She goes, yes, you did. I'm like,
no, we had a full conversation.
I'm like, yeah. She's like, we had a full conversation. Like, no, we did not. She's like, watch. She shows me the video camera, and I follow her. I'm like, when the hell did that happen? It was just complete and utter. It was just, the gaps in time were amazing that night. It was just really, it was really weird.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard that story. That's truly fascinating. And I mean, I've heard of people having blackout memory gaps in different locations. It happened to my son when we were at Palmyra there in Palmyra, New York. He had that when he was doing the Estes method. They did a little experiment, and he wanted to volunteer. My brave son. Brady well scared the crap out of him. I don't think it was. I don't think well, it probably could have been as tense as the one he had when we were doing the OSR the OSR thing. That was
Now, that was fun.
That was
that
awesome.
that was a blast. Like I said, we still got to go back and do that investigation again because that was absolutely fun. But yeah,
This
like
time,
yeah,
make
he
sure we
doesn't.
get it corned off so nobody comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I would actually like to bring in a couple of night vision cameras and
Yeah.
some really good thermal imagers to capture because I could feel everything going by me, and even that person that was at the end of it, because I was capturing it on my thermal imager, but I didn't have a record button, so it was like I was trying to get a picture, but then it was like hearing what was going on in the spirit box. I'm like freaking out and watching this K2 meter practically explode in Tim's hand because it's solid bars and Frank pissing every entity off in there. I'm like, I'm screwed.
Come on,
I'm
I got
screwed.
something like that.
And yes,
Listen.
Tim, I will still say it. I got scratched.
That was listen. That was the best reenactment I've seen.
Yes, it was the first time I investigated with you guys. Absolutely, it was, and
Yep.
I'll tell you that will be one investigation I will talk about till the end of time because it was so much fun. We had an amazing group there. Like everybody had amazing experiences. I got to experience many different things working, like sitting with different teams. But I'll tell you, by far, hands down, the experiment that you guys did, and I was glad that I was able to be a part of that, was so much fun and such a learning experience. As a paranormal investigator, that's the kind of things you want to experience is that kind of activity with what people say is provoking, not provoking, but I just say it was role playing because that's exactly what we were doing that night.
Right.
But
It's funny because Heather and I do a talk on provoking and reenacting and all that stuff. We use OSR as a big thing, and again, to me, like you said, people call it provoking, but bring a trigger object with you. That's a provoking thing too. So I mean, it's 6 of one, half dozen of another, and that came from firsthand experience. So you can't call it provoking. I mean, if I was just running up and down the gallery screaming, "Hey, F off, F off, I follow you," that's a little different. But being in that controlled environment and that's in that cell and doing what I did, exactly what happened while I was working. So it's not something that's made up. It's not. I mean, so there's no reason why a person like myself or even like Heather, who's done different things, can't be the trigger object that you want to use. Just because some of the words you don't like, just because some of the words being used you don't like, doesn't make it provoking, especially if it's coming firsthand.
Well, that's it. And every location, if you were to do reenactments like we did at OSR, with even in Western Bloc, like if you were to say like machines running and workers talking, how people talk in factories, and I'm sure you guys would get a really amazing interactions because now you're on what happens level type of deal, like what the environment was like.
Well,
like
Heather
if you were
Heather can tell you about what happened when Nick came and did that reenactment at the block that day for Deathwalker.
Which one?
The one.
Oh, we have a spot.
The one where you disappeared on the stairs and I was standing right next to you after we were locking up when they did the reenactment with fire and stuff like that.
Yeah. That was the vibe of the place was different, but it wasn't like new spirits or stuff like that. It was just like suddenly we were able to see a whole lot more, experience a whole lot more, and feel a whole lot more, and feel them around us that evening, after everybody had kind of packed up and left. And Frank and I were going through, and we got to the end of the hall where a safe is, and there's a doorway. A couple steps go down, and that enters into the old stone building. So that was the area where we were sitting in the office and looking out. It was that general area. And I took a step down, and he couldn't see me. And just all you could feel was just people around you. It was so incredible. And that's happened multiple times.
Less than a foot away from you. Now, all I heard were the keys. That's how I knew she was there.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I think I think it was the first time me and Michael John actually was at your location. That night you guys took us around, and we were all sitting up in Heather's office that night. The door was open. I believe who else was with us? I can't remember who else was, but they put the K2 meter out in the hallway, and we kept hearing voices. We kept hearing footsteps. We kept seeing shadow figures popping their heads in. Like, that was a truly unique experience, because I think, for one, they're like, hey, you're supposed to be talking about us, but you guys are talking about everything else but us. So now we have to get your attention. But that was a crazy night. Like, just sitting there, like, that was nuts. Like, just feeling the energy in that building when it was just us sitting in your office and just talking and about all the little different things that was happening and what you were. I believe you were telling us a story about times that you passed out there on your couch.
Yes.
But it was like just that interaction with all the energy that was in that building, that it was like now they were coming alive. Like, everybody's gone home. It was just this very small group, but very familiar with you guys and the other people that were with us. I don't know if Tim was there that night. Was Tim there that night?
Yes, he was.
Okay. And I think John was there that night too, I believe.
I believe so, yeah. That was I'm not sure. No, I know Tim was. That was the first night that the first night you guys came up and did the kids interviews.
Yes.
Afterwards,
yes.
after everything was done, we went back and went back up there. We sat up in there for a while. I can remember Michael John was sitting on the windowsill, and I was sitting next to her on the other one, and we're kind of looking. And he would do one of these to me every couple of minutes. I'm like, yeah, all the time. He's like, so I think he got a little bit more than he even expected.
Yeah, I mean, it's because I know it's kind of silly to think about, but yeah, it's not like, okay, event's over, ghosts are now gone to bed, everybody's
Right.
quiet. No, this is they're active because they just had a whole bunch of energy come through the building now. Now they want to be active and show their time, So like I said, it was a truly unique experience. And me and Michael John talk about that to this day. Remember that time sitting in Heather's office? It was like, yeah, that was a crazy experience. Just as crazy as sitting in OSR having Frank piss off a bunch of inmates. And like Tim pointed out, spirit boxing and kill them. And I still remember the spirit was in the cell with Frank.
Oh, yeah.
Crouching up against the corner, like, get me out of here from this psycho. Like, the hell is this guy? I'm like,
I'm not associated with him.
I could feel that too. He was standing up in the back of the bed going, "Get me out of here! Just get me out of here!" It's not me. It's not me.
It's not me.
No, him, take him. But that was crazy though. That like I said, that whole thing between the spirit box, the shadow at the end that just kept pacing back and forth, and then when Frank said, "Let me out," we opened. Then he was walking towards us. I remember like, "Hey guys, he's coming! He's coming!" And we're just like, all right, time to go.
I got a kick out of the fact that the two women outside heard us and came in.
Oh yes, Crystal and Vanessa. Oh
Yeah.
my God, yeah, they were like, we were wondering what the hell's going on in there. Yeah, I'm still surprised. Like, the actual prison that is still open across, like right
yeah.
behind the place. I'm surprised they didn't send people going like, "What the hell's going on over here? Like, what are you guys
Right.
doing?"
I was waiting for that next.
Uh,
A couple officers and a supervisor. What are you guys doing over here? Playing?
the plan? Yeah.
We're having fun, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was so much fun.
Cold breeze
My God.
The cold breeze coming out of the cell. It was ice cold in the cell.
Oh, I know. Like you could see Frank's breath coming like right through the bars, right at us. I mean, that was insane.
cold.
That was. So I want you guys to talk about. You guys actually do a YouTube show. It's a cooking show, and you talk about the history. I mean, I love it. I can't wait for new episodes to drop. Talk about how you guys came up with that concept, and what do we see as the future of your show?
You want to go? You want me to go?
You can go.
Well, concept actually came up with what I have to give credit where credit is due. Tim actually came up with the concept. Originally, what it was a show. It was a cooking show about being able to take quick, easy meals on the road with you, whether you were doing a paranormal investigation, whether you're going camping, wherever. Just quick and easy things you can either make ahead and take with you, or make while you were there. That kind of stuff. So the first 6 episodes we did, we just kind of. I kind of put together. There was 2 or 3 with the Western Bloc. There's 3 with the Western Bloc, obviously, because the whole crux of it is to bring attention to the Western Bloc. So we always no matter what we do, how many we go forward, we're gonna have at least 1 or 2 episodes that are going to deal with whether it's the history of the Western Bloc, whether it's the owners of the Western Bloc, whether it's Heather herself. Something that has to do with the block itself is always going to be part of that show. We did a couple. I think we did like 1 paranormal thing and some other stuff. Our talk was involved in there. Frozen. Yeah, she does. So our talk is in there. As it evolves, the 6 episodes are going to be pretty cool. I'm doing some family research on like my great grandfather and some of the activities, let's say the activities he was involved in, and some of them I'm trying to connect dots to see if some of them actually run through Western Bloc, which is a great possibility because where we are here and where I live in Depew and where he was living in Depew and Lancaster, they ran up and down Transit Road to Lockport. So hopefully I can connect some of those dots and do some of that. And we'll see how that goes. But going forward, like I said, it's going to be a lot of it's going to be, there's always going to be a show on the Western Bloc always. And then for the most part, it's going to be, we're going to, I don't want to say we're stepping away from paranormal, but we're going to step more into like true crime, the mob, that kind of genre, that kind of cool stuff. And, Tim throws out all kinds of crazy ideas. And I think I ordered 5 different cookbooks. I got a mob cookbook. I got all kinds of different cookbooks now. So it's gonna evolve a little bit more into actual meals you can make at home and that kind of stuff. What'd you do? Fall down?
No, my tablet fell.
Oh, they're now throwing around your tablet.
Right.
Mob ties run deep, right? Right, John?
No, I mean
Well,
that's an interesting. I love the concept, and I love the fact that you guys are going to keep growing it and expanding the ideas.
Yep.
I mean,
we have 2 more episodes. We have 2 more episodes from season 1 that are going to drop. John's still working on those. It's been a learning experience for all of us. The first couple shows were kind of, What's that?
Shout out to John for all the
absolutely.
editing, because he does such amazing work with such a tedious task. and they keep getting better and better every episode. So
he keeps making us look much better and much better. Although we're not allowed to give Heather any kind of knives because if
we're
you pay
nice
attention
to
the
John.
one
He
episode,
edits
she's
us.
actually chopping upside down.
I was just gonna say what was the whole thing about talk to how Diablo uses knives. So I was like, oh, okay.
So she's really not allowed to have knives. So we have to. I try to give her a safety knife, but it really doesn't come. So we gotta give her one. Just gotta be careful because she happens to. We're doing stuff and we're talking, and I turn and I look, and I'm like, the knife is upside down. I mean, it's upside. She's cutting with the flat part, just not going. And she looks at me. And she's like, I'm like, flip it over to work better. And she's like.
So the
it is
show is
kind of
also
becoming
kind of
weird.
partly teaching me how to cook.
It is. That is part of the show, teaching her how to cook and what to do things.
It's always good to know how to cook, Heather. If you really need some lessons, my youngest son is graduating from culinary school in about another month. So,
Awesome.
he can come down there and show you really how to use a knife and a fork.
Listen, hey, you know what? We put him on. We might put him on just to teach both of us.
Yeah.
There you go. I will definitely talk him into that. If you want him, I'll bring him down there.
Yeah,
he can
put him on
cook
just
up
to
one of
teach
his
both
favorite dishes.
Awesome. Yes.
But so this hour flies. But having you two on, and of course we have our sideshow, Tim, Sean, John over there, who's who I'm getting uncomfortable. My ribs are starting to hurt. I'm laughing too hard. I didn't need to do any sit-ups today. I just got my crunches in just laughing at the side panel over here.
Oh, yeah.
I want you guys to take the next few minutes on how people can find the Western Block, best locations, some of the upcoming events that you guys have coming up, what's going on, and anything else you guys want the TPV audience to know. The stage is all yours.
Well, coming up, we do private hunts here. So you can find dates for those at hauntedwesternblock.com. We're going to be posting all the available new dates to do private hunts here. So go check that out on the website. We'll also be doing some pop-up ghost hunts. We're going to start figuring out what our schedule entails because we've got some events not on location coming up as well. You want to talk about those, Frank?
Yeah, another 2 weeks. We're going to be in Mansfield for the Parasite Con. This will be our fourth year. Love going there. It's a great place. We get to walk around, and it's nice because now I actually really have a real camera, so I'm gonna take real pictures with a real camera this time, just my cell phone. So it's gonna be
were
fun.
you using a toy before? I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, I have a real camera.
I mean, it tastes all right, but that's gonna be fun. So we got that coming up, and then in August we're gonna be in Erie, Pennsylvania. Susie Wu has a metaphysical event that she puts on that we're going to be doing a talk at there, and we're also going to be on a paranormal panel, from what I understand. So that'll be pretty interesting. That'll be a lot of fun. We do have our talk that we do on the provoking and reenacting. So we'll start to push that out a little bit more. We're working on one for a little bit more of the history of the Western Bloc, so we can start spreading that around locally, so we can do a quick Western Bloc talk on that. I personally will be in Saratoga in a week and a half doing a talk on my experiences. This time it's my experiences in paranormal investigating. I've done it just the third year I've done it now. It's more of so basically what it is, it's a convention that they do for like county corrections and how many new programs they can bring in for inmates and stuff like that. And the run is friends with Tim and I, and she thought it would be interesting because I did that talk on Sing Sing and the haunted prisons and stuff. So she be interesting that if I came in and did that talk. So I did. And from that point forward, they even asked me to come back and do different things according to paranormal. So basically, they go through a lot of class. It's like a training program for them. So they go through a lot of classes and they're sitting through a lot of stuff. And I'm basically commenting if they come in and listen to me, and they can relax and go to sleep or hear something interesting if they want to hear it. But I have fun doing it. It's a lot of fun. They enjoy it. I enjoy it. So, and then anything that we can, get to pop up during the year, we'll do. There's some things here. There's a thing in Lancaster we're going to try to do and some other stuff like that. So,
excuse me,
just little things, and then we're going to, get with you guys and do a hunt somewhere. That's what we'd like to do. I'd like to put one together. Maybe go back to Mansfield or maybe West Virginia State Penn and do a little experiment at West Virginia. That would be cool. So we'll see. Talking with Tim what his schedule looks like and stuff like that. So.
Truly amazing. And like I said, folks, if you're looking for a new location or if you're looking to be out somewhere, the western part of New York has a lot of great locations. You guys got a lot of haunted locations close by. So any teams that are looking to travel to the area, definitely Western Block is definitely a must stop. You guys will not be disappointed. Heather and Frank, great hosts, great people to be around. So yeah, check out the Western Block, check out the area. Lots of great time. Guys, I just want to thank everybody who's watching the show now, later, and for everybody who's subscribed to the YouTube channel. If you're brand new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video out. The more views we can get, we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, which I'm kind of hoping to get before the end of 2026, which would be truly amazing. So yeah, I definitely look forward to being back out at the Western Block sometime in October, being a part of the. I know I missed last year. It was like I felt off because it was like I know I should be doing something, but scheduling did not work. But we are definitely going to talk earlier this time to figure out an earlier work down a time when it'll work for the both of us. So yeah, awesome. Heather, Frank, I thank you guys so much. You guys are truly awesome. It's a blessing having you guys on the show. Everybody on the side, thank you so much from day one to day now. Appreciate, love you guys. Don't hang up, Frank and Heather. I want to say a proper goodbye after the show. But everybody else, we are going to be off next weekend because next Sunday is Mother's Day, so mothers are important. So I want you, to all the paranormal mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. And we are going to be back a week after that. And let's see, who is my guest? It is going to be, I have the Richie B Network coming on. Richie B, Bigfoot Hunter, started his own network. I'm having all their talk show, all their different show hosts coming on. We're going to talk about their experiences, who they are, and what they bring to the table. So catch us not next Sunday, but the Sunday after. Remember, be nice to your mothers. We love them. They give us birth. In the meantime, and in between time, as like Michael John says, happy hauntings.
Take care, everybody.